This is the Journal Up info screen. When you tap on the horizontal line at the top of the bottom tray, it brings up your journal. It might take a second to load because it is accessing your info that syncs across all your devices, including visiting the app on the web. Depending on what device you are using, you can pinch to zoom into the journal and make it bigger if needed. There are 2 columns to write in your journal. This is because I have found it extremely helpful to have a column for my thoughts and another column for what it feels like God's responses might be to those thoughts. I can ask him questions, and when I have a place for him to respond, it seems like I get more answers that might be him, or it might just be him prompting me to think of those answers I already have in me. This has really helped me get in the habit of conversations with God instead of just talking to him. When you open your journal, it will pull up your latest journal entry, which is helpful so you can review your latest conversation with God and make any edits. Just press Submit Journal, and it will solidify it below and clear the fields to write something new in there. You can choose a different date before you press Submit Journal if you'd like it to be logged on a different day. You can scroll below it to see previous entries, which is a great habit to get into. Other than the journal, we have a couple other features on the Journal Up screen. At the top right, you can log out. Near the bottom on the right is a chat feature. You can chat with any of the other site members here. Just tap the chat icon and tap on New Chat. Then you can choose who you'd like to chat with, or multiple people if you want a group chat. You can also use the screen to chat with me, Ross Boone. Here you can request features and give me feedback of what's working for you and what's not. Also, I'd love to get to know you if you wanted to say hi. The Journal Prompts button brings up ideas to help spark conversation with God. If you're having a hard time communicating with God today, scroll through these until one provokes some thought and conversation. The last 2 features of note on the Journal Up screen are the checkboxes. When you check the Guide Me checkbox, it will automatically play the audio prompts and the music, which is the same as if you were to press the big play button just above the bottom tray of each screen. And this will guide you through the spiritual disciplines on each screen. It also pops up visual cues when it's a good time to move to the next screen. But of course, you don't need to heed those nudges if you're really getting into the current discipline. When you check the checkbox labeled Motivator Tools, the Motivator bar appears at the top. Here we see a bee buzzing back and forth between 2 flowers. Each time he reaches a flower, you receive points, which you can see building up beside the clock icon. But if you switch apps, the bee freezes in his tracks, so this is to help motivate you not to let yourself be distracted. You accrue points when you tap the checkboxes that appear after you've spent time on each screen. When you complete these motivator checkboxes, you will also see a hand you should give a high five to, because we all love a good high five. There are plans to use these points to help motivate you, perhaps in a system you can choose to pay into, and you receive your money back if you complete the score you have set as your goal. The clock icon brings up a screen giving you something to read out loud to ask your phone to set a timer to use the app each day. These are the motivator tools. When you're done with the Journal Up screen, just tap or swipe down on the same horizontal line and continue with getting distracted by your favorite spiritual disciplines.